Just have a seat, buddy. Sit down and just be calm. It's going to be okay. Whatever you have seen, whatever you have heard, now you can just relax. Just relax and listen to my voice. So in this video, we're going to be talking about buyer psychology. What makes people buy? Why do people add to cart, complete their purchase, take out their credit card, swipe it up so that they make that buy on your store? Why do they even show interest by clicking on your ads and arriving on your store? All of these questions, like why people do what they do, especially when it comes to Shopify dropshipping, I'm going to be covering in this video. So pay close attention to what I have to say and keep taking notes, because I'm going to cover a lot of different concepts about humans, emotions, buyer psychology. So let's dive in. So the first thing you need to understand is demand and supply. So I've covered in extensive detail the kinds of products you need to advertise on a dropshipping store, and they never include things you can find like toothpaste or fruits and vegetables or like frozen food that you can find in grocery stores. I never talk about those kind of products because there's a gap between demand and supply. Like there is no gap there. What we're looking for is products that have a gap in demand and supply. This concept is not directly anything to do with dropshipping, but this is important you guys understand about this concept because it will tell you a lot about how humans behave. Consider John. John is a guy who's living in the city and he's got an apartment, he's got a good life there. So if you try to sell him a bottle of water, he might pay you $1. Right? Because that's like the standard price. There are several supermarkets that sell a bottle of water. He might just pick one up from there. So there's a lot of competition for selling bottles of water. So there's no shortage of water per se. So John can literally just open up the tap and start drinking, or he can buy a bottle of water from any of 30 supermarkets around him. So there's a lot of competition right there. It's just a standard fixed price and everybody's just fighting over that same price of bottle of water and trying to get that customer. Now, when you put John near a stream, let's say, all right, with fresh water, he's gone to the Himalayas, he's underneath, he's in the forest, there's stream flowing, just fresh water off of the ice of the, the glaciers, and he just wants a sip. If you bring that same bottle of water and try to sell it to him, he won't give you any money. Right? There's nobody selling there, but there's no need to sell there. Then John takes a trip onto the desert. He goes to the Sahara, he goes to Africa, and he just suddenly gets lost in the desert. He's wandered off from his car. He's like 30 kilometers in the middle of nowhere, and suddenly he sees you and you're carrying this bottle of water. What will John do? He'll pay you $100 if he has to get this bottle of water. So this is a concept of demand and supply that you need to understand. Now let's take it a one level deep. Pricing. A lot of you guys get confused about how to price your products, whether you want to price it 2x, 1.5x, 2.5x or 3x the cost on AliExpress. Now here's the thing about price. The amount that people are going to pay for a product will be directly proportional to the value that they feel the product has in their life, or an impact that that product is going to have on their life. What is the value of that impact? So let's say you're selling a problem solving product. They have a problem and then you bring out a product, you show them an ad that solves their problem. They're like, I want this. So you can charge them 3x, sometimes even 4 or 5x the cost on AliExpress because it's a product that solves a specific problem of theirs. So pricing is all about perceived value. But how is that perceived value built in people's minds? Well, through comparisons. All the people you're selling to are adults, so they've been to a lot of markets, they've done a lot of shopping. They know what sort of objects cost what in their mind. They might not be able to recall the exact price of every single product they've ever seen, but they know for a fact that the range of a price of a product what it should be. So let's take that magnetic putty for example. Like they've seen these kind of products in stores, similar kind of like putty based products. So what they've seen in stores is that magnetic putty gets sold for let's say $10 or $12 or $15 max, right? So I priced it at $13. It sold well. That fit the range of that perceived value of that product that they had in mind. So let's say we're selling that same magnetic putty to somebody who knew about this product but had never tried it but wanted to give it a try. Why would they spend $50 on that? That wouldn't make any sense in their mind. So the perceived value of a product is very, very important, and that's why the 2x to 3x rule comes into play, because AliExpress products are priced pretty cheap, and what people in the United States and other developed countries are willing to pay for products like these are generally 2x to 3x the cost on AliExpress, and that's why that cost comes into picture. But that doesn't mean you should underprice or overprice your products. You just have to find the sweet spot, and all of that comes when you test out different price points. With my winners, I do test out quite a lot of different price points. Either I change the shipping price or the actual product price, and I see what fits best, what converts the the best. Once you find that sweet spot of price point, then you can start thinking a little bit more deeper about buyer psychology, and that is want and need. So what you need to know about consumer behavior is this. Consumers buy in a step-by-step fashion. It might not seem like that because let's say they've run out of groceries. It might seem like they just go to the grocery store and buy it, but every buying decision is based on a step-by-step process. The first step to buying groceries is a realization that there's no food at home. Once they have step one, realization, then they go on to the next step, step two, evaluation. What do I need? So then they're going to evaluate what is missing from their home, what they need for the next week, what meals they need to eat. So they evaluate all of that and come up with their grocery list. The third thing they'll probably do is do a comparison. So step three is comparison, where they're going to compare, where do I get the best prices for these items? I've been to like these 4 grocery stores around me. Is it going to take me a lot of time or money or fuel to reach the X grocery store, even though it costs lesser? Or should I just buy it from there? I just need 4 items. So they'll make these comparisons with which grocery store they need to visit, where they can get that best deal possible. And finally, you arrive at step 4, which is decision, where they decide, all right, I need these things, this is my budget, and I'm going to buy it from this place, and then they actually complete the purchase. So this is how consumer behavior works like. But what I described to you guys is the consumer behavior for need-based products. Now there are 2 different types of products, like want products and need products. Need products are those like people need food to eat, people need clothes to wear, people need houses to stay in. So these are everyday needs that people have. But what we are selling in dropshipping is not need-based products. These are want-based products. And that is why one important reason I recommend selling in primarily tier 1 countries are because people in tier 1 countries have disposable income. They have a lot of income to go by. They have enough income to fulfill their needs. So they have leftover income so that they can spend it on their wants. That is why I don't recommend advertising to India, where a majority of the population, there's still a big chunk of population that has a lot of disposable income. But the percentage is very, very small. To find out those customers, you need to spend a lot more money. But in America, in Canada, in UK, Australia, all these other countries which are developed, where people have a lot of disposable income, they are more inclined and more reasoned to buy want-based products. That's why we advertise products that they never even thought about, like these unique products that they come across on their Facebook feed, and they're like, ooh, I want this. Get yours here. Click it now. 50% off plus free shipping. I want this. And they complete their purchase and you get that customer. That is where the impulse buy comes into play. But again, what I told you earlier about price and about demand supply, all these factors are also in the picture. So if they've seen a product elsewhere, or they've seen a product multiple times in their life in the past, and they know the price of a product, so all of these factors come into play. They do these comparisons and evaluations, as I told you earlier, which leads to the normal consumer behavior of need-based products. So that's why we sell unique products that they have never even heard of before, but they're like, this sounds cool, I might want it in my life, this might look good in my life. And now the question comes, what are those kind of products? Now, in order to understand what kind of products they are, you need to understand emotions, right? Now, humans are emotional creatures. They have emotions inside them. Subconscious level, at the conscious level, we feel things and then we take actions based off of our feelings. So, what are the prime emotions that drive purchases? Well, based off of my experience and some research that I've done, let me list down these prime emotions to you guys. Greed, fear, surprise, happiness, envy, pride. So when people feel these sort of emotions associated with the product, then they take that purchase decision. Let's say they see an amazing looking necklace, right? And they've seen similar necklaces being worn by celebrities. So they want this product because it's a matter of pride for them. Like, when I wear this necklace, I saw XYZ celebrity wearing it. So when my friends see me, so, you know, I'll feel nice about myself. So things like these emotions drive purchases. So when you discover a product that drives any of these core human behaviors that drive purchases, then you've got yourself a winner. Now let's dive one level deep into why would they buy from your store when they can just as easily go to Amazon or some other store out there. There's so many large physical stores and digital stores. Here the concept is twofold. The first is scarcity. So if you position your product with a scarcity, that is, you show your countdown timer or XYZ left in stock, hurry, we are selling out, 50% off today only. So all of these things things, they drive up the scarcity, and inside their mind they're thinking, I can buy it from there, I might actually get it there, but should I actually take out time from my schedule and actually search for that product on like these 5 different stores, or they're just giving it at a discount right now, so I might as well get it. The second thing that matters here is that they need to feel that they're taking advantage of you. They need to feel like you're not giving them a deal, but they're actually stealing a deal from you. So as soon as they feel that they are taking advantage of you, then you have closed the deal, because in their mind they're thinking, haha, I got them. I got a great deal out of them. And that is why people start trusting these low-key stores that nobody's ever heard of. That's why so many dropshipping stores that are unheard of get so many sales. So in the core essence, here's what happens in a person's mind. Like when they land on a product page, they go like, I really want to see how this works. I just need to try this on my own. And all of the bestsellers that I've had, either small, decent, or my blockbuster bestsellers, have always had that sort of kick to it, that when a person lands on that product page, a prospect who is interested in that kind of product, they go inside their mind, is this really like it is? Like, I really need to see if this works or not. Let me just buy this and try it out. So these are the kind of products you're going after. So I'm going to leave you guys with 3 things that you need to optimize based off of these revelations. The first are your products and the products that you research. Second is the ads that you run, like what kind of emotions you're bringing into people's minds with your ads and your ad copy. And finally, your product page, where you've listed down your images, your copywriting, your trust, your scarcity, and all these other elements. So all of this combined creates an amazing experience, not only for you as building like a proper business, but also for the consumer to visit your store, make a purchase, get the product, and then just feel happy about themselves that they made the right decision. So this is all about buyer psychology. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If this was, make sure to smash the like button below, and yeah, subscribe and hit that bell icon while you're at it. So until next time, okay, tata, bye bye.